Hey everybody, this is Jerichos, and welcome back to Puppeteer. Last time, we set off in search of the knight's powers because Tiger let it slip that his powers were hanging around here somewhere. This time we resume where we left off. Now, I said last time we do not want to use the bat action here, even if we had the head. This one might give us one, but you actually don't want to use it the first time through if you're going for the other trophies and collectibles. Instead, what we want to do, inspect this flag, it'll drop the grub down, and boom, you can kill him on the way. Do it for both of them. This is the trickiest part of the level, what we've got coming up here. Free this puppet and jump up. Two more, and we get another puppet we can free. Now here, you think you want to move on to the right. You don't. You actually want to jump down to the left. You get two more puppets you can save down on these little spots here. Did I get him? Okay, good. I did save him. And now we jump back up to the right. Now here's another tricky part. You have to do the the inspecting part. Get the flag and get him. Now drop down immediately to the left. Another guy hanging out hidden down here. It's really hard to land on it. You can use the flag as a judgment. It's right to the left of it. Do it one more time. Oop. And drop down again for one more. And then do it a third time. Yep, three of them hidden down here. Very, very sneaky. Now, this next point is a little tricky. You want to make sure to start this steam right at the beginning, because you got to go way up high and grab this one, and then fall down immediately. Yep, they are all over the place down here. Grab this flag and one more grub, and immediately fall for two more guys. Oh, somehow I got them both with one examination. That's interesting. I've never seen that happen before. Now this part here has two things coming up. The quickest grub you have to get and 100 sparkle. Now I'll show you how to get both of them. So first, just start cutting along the seam. And whoop. And here is the grub. We got him. Okay, now if we quickly go to the left. Now, see, it's sometimes possible after you kill the grub to cut back through the air to the left and get that 100 sparkle. But if you don't manage it, you'll end up dying, and we can just use the seams to get back to where we were. You don't have to worry about these grubs now. We've already gotten credit for them, so even though they're back, you don't have to kill them this time. Got him. Whoop. I fell. That's okay. We can still recover from this. And, as we said, go all the way up. Now, I think we already got him, right? Yes, we did. Now here, this time we want to actually fall, which puts you right in line for the 100 sparkle. And the last one in this area, just drop down before the gate and free him from the bounce pad. The hardest part of this level is over, thankfully. And we get
in its lord's dark seal, the Weaver stretched to preposterous proportions. Kutaro knew he had to swallow his fear, step forward, and keep his head.
That's right, Weaver boss fight.
It's like the pawn has become a knight. Why do all your problems seem to come in extra large?
As you can see, after you dodge his attack, he will slam down to the ground, and you can bounce on the side to get back up to him.
Looks like you found a chink in the armor. I bet you can cut through.
That's very important.
I told you so.
You actually need to free the puppets who are on the bounce pads to the side. I did not free that one, but I'll get him next time. In the meantime, dodge the flaming weapons, and he'll do a new attack now. Ow! Whoops. Which I so expertly did not dodge. He'll slam it down 4 times, swing it once more, and then he'll do his ground pound again. Okay, this time free the guy. Remember, there's one on each side, so get the other one next time. Just cut as much as you can up here, and eventually the other shoulder will get weakened. Climb on up, take him out.
starting to unravel.
Yes, it is. Now for one of the trickiest parts to avoiding his attacks. He's going to swing a bunch. 3 times in a row, in fact. And then he'll start doing the slam attack again. It's really easy as long as you just keep moving in one direction until he hits his attack down, and then double back. There we go. And he slams down. Now, very important, we've gotten both of these. There's one more puppet we have to free for that trophy. And it's actually a little tricky to get. Did I not? I didn't get him in time. That last one, you have to cut a lot of his cloak to be able to get it done. Ooh, ow. And I get hit by that almost every time. But that's okay, just grab the head and keep moving. Yep, stay out of my way. I love the joke that, you know, the pawn has become a knight because he looks like a horse, you know, a knight from chess. Okay. We've almost got him. Just cut a little more. Oh, literally, like one cut was all it took. And we have the final piece up in his head. Let's go cut it and set those souls free. Sort of. There we go.
Mate, hurry up and cut those souls free.
So we could bounce up here, fly up, and start cutting the souls, but you actually don't want to do that once. You want to let him recover. So we'll see what happens here in a second. All of those souls are going to fly back into him. It actually takes a little while. You have a decent amount of time to get them all. Come on. Yeah. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. There we go. Luckily, he doesn't attack again. It just puts us right back at the point where we have to jump up and get to him. So, now that we've let him recover once, if you go up, cut through the gear, we'll see one last bounce pad appears. Free the puppet from here, and we should get our trophy. There it is, Mass Exodus. That's for freeing all of the wooden puppets who were held captive in this stage. But, you know we need to defeat the Weaver without letting its souls escape, right? So, select an act, and then choose to start this act over from the middle of the scene. And, sure enough, it will put us right at the start of the Weaver fight, without having let the souls go. So now that we've got that trophy, we can fight him properly. And, oh, no, I can't skip this. There we go. So, right in front of the Weaver again. Let's speed it up and get back to that final soul releasing spot.
Looks like you found a key to the armor, see? I told you so. Just your luck. It's starting to unravel.
Checkmate. Hurry up and cut those souls free.
And we're back. So, let's go ahead and cut through all of them. Don't miss a single one. Woo. That was a slightly awkward. There we go. Got every single one of them.
After the formidable adversary was vanquished, an old and scratched-up shield appeared before Kutaro. Could this be the power he sought?
And in addition, we get the Iron Ball head. Kind of a funky looking one. It almost looks like it's got an elephant nose on the front because of the connector point. I find that funny. jump through the gate, and finish the level.
Tiger! Quickly, you fool! He's going to find the knight's shield! How could he possibly know it was in there? Stop him! If Kutaro makes off with the shield or the Sun Princess, mark my growl. No! Rip that bit of moonstone right out of your mouth!
When I find that idiot who blabbed about the night in front of...
I love that expression the moment he realizes it was him. Yeah, Tiger's not exactly the brightest crayon in the box.
Flash of Calibris, Kutaro felled the frightful monster and freed the soul of every last child in the fiend's clutches. Well done, Kutaro! The souls he freed were homeward bound.
And there were a lot of souls there. We're up to 75 total. Not too bad. And in fact, that was actually the first time, well, I guess it's only a second stage, but the first stage that we managed to get everything in it. Bonus stage, all souls rescued, and both heads found. Speaking of, let's check them out. Not nearly as many heads as the first stage, but then again, a little more action-heavy stage. So we had the Vile Vine. Yeah, it kind of flowers. And the Iron Ball, which we got right at the end. Now we're going to want to hold on to the Iron Ball in the next stage, because it can be very useful later on. And speaking of the next stage, let's jump right in. Let's go back into Act 1 and check out Curtain 3.
Kutaro had spied an old shield in the prison tower, but Tiger was hot on his heels. Where were the knight's powers? Who was this princess that had been locked up? And would Kutaro make it out of the Black Castle alive?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Now back to Kutaro's tale.
This is one of my favorite levels.
That even after the moon goddess was defeated and her legion was put to rout, her loyal subjects tried to resist. 4 champions, ever faithful, rose to their mistress's cause. Over a period of weeks, they concocted an elaborate plan to lead a pathetically small but equally valiant army against the Moonbear King's castle Grizzlestein. Did it work? Well...
The funny thing is, you can actually see the other champions there, and if you've played the game, you recognize them. It's a nice touch.
Onward, ye knaves! The bear shall pay the price for his crimes!
They were hopelessly outnumbered, but so desperately did they fight, so bravely did they broil, that the tyrant himself finally deigned to confront them.
You fight well, dare I say, skillfully. But alas, that shield will not protect you from me! Coward!
And that was the end of that revolt. The Moonbear King used his dark magic to lock the 4 champions' powers away, and all would-be challengers to his throne were wiped from the face of the moon. This shield was a special one indeed, for within it still dwelled the power of the moon goddess's knight, he whose valiant struggles ended in tragedy.
Alas, poor knight. I knew him, Kutaro. This flashy shield of his got him farther than most, but when you're pitted against the king, fear got the better of him, and you're looking at the rest of him. These scratches, courtesy of the Moonbear King. Just look what's become of the Moon Sigil. But the knight's honor carries the deepest gashes. He spent his final cowardly moments in disgrace.
I love that it's like... The revolution was, well, just like that. They didn't really stand a chance. Now, it wants you to investigate the shield, but before you do that, check the wall to the left for some puppets, and make sure to hit the 2 grubs to bring them to the foreground and kill them to save the puppets and, well, get credit for the souls. There we go. Now we want to investigate the shield.
Oops, sorry. Couldn't keep my paws off.
Cut completely around it to free it, and we get our first real power.
At last, Kuturo had claimed the knight's powers.
Woohoo! Why, you've done it, you sweet little muffin. Try those powers out!
That's right, we now have special powers of the knight. But before...
You, darling. Use it or lose it!
Before we try it out, investigate the witch.
Out of the way! Don't interrupt while I'm explaining! Show cat!
Do it 3 times,
Luna Kazoo!
and he gets transformed into a punching glove. Yep, this is our second transformation. You gotta get it here. Now we'll show off the guard.
Oh, very good. Next up, Luna Bit Part. Okay, shortbread, mouth shut and ears open. Use that shield to protect yourself.
Yep, the shield will protect us from damage from this fake grub or real grubs. And you'll notice it's not like a normal head. You would just have access to it all the time.
That's my clever boy. Remember, you can fend off nearly any attack, great or small, just as long as you don't get smooshed in the process. Luna Glove! Now fend this sucker off!
Giant glove attack? No problem.
There. You see? Some attacks can be turned against the attacker. Oh. Next, try pointing the shield upward. What? Did you drop your lunch money?
I love that. If you try to look down, she calls you out on it. Press up.
Good. Now point the shield downward. We're not playing the opposites game. Point it down, I said.
You know, I actually did that by accident this time. I didn't know she said something different if you point in the wrong direction.
We're not playing the opposites game. Point it down, I said. Moving on. Luna Bit Part. The best defense is someone else's offense. And the Night Shield, as it happens, was specially designed to deflect beams of magic light. Which is lucky for you, because here comes a doozy! Bounce it at that grub there!
Just point your shield where you want the reflection to go, and... easy as that.
Kerplowing! Very impressive for your first try. Now, just one more thing, dear. The shield wears out if you use it too much, so be sure to give it lots of rest. Got it? Then get lost.
Oh, look! The witch conjured up an exit. How sweet. We should hurry before her magic fizzles out.
So yep, you get 3 deflections or blocks before the shield runs out. But as long as you're not using it, it recharges pretty quickly.
Not all the castle's puppets were having the same luck as Kuturo. Winken, Blinken, and Nod here tried to make a break for it. And got broken for their trouble. The Moonbear King's overblown guillotine was waiting to reduce all such traitors to scrap.
So we now have the names of the 3 of them.
Stay on your toes if you want to keep them.
Let's go ahead and examine
You'll need a
Winkin.
head to get ahead. No defense is perfect. You'll find a weakness if you keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, he's telling us what we already know. But first, examine him to get the Winkin head. Yes, one of the 3 puppets, we actually get his head. Now, we actually want to deflect the beam back at the eye. Pretty simple, basically what the witch just taught us. Brings him a little closer. You'll see, because I'm using the shield, it is not repairing itself. But let it sit for a second without use, and it recharges pretty quickly. After 3 buzzsaws, we've defeated the Guillotine.
Bravo! An eye for an eye.
And we get the Guillotine head for beating it. Now, there's some wall here that you can break, but there's a weird hook. We can't do anything with it now, so we'll just have to remember this for later.
Climb on up, Kutaro. Color me eclipsed. The shimmering gateway has been swiped. Oh, meow, I remember. The King's brand new security system was installed here last week.
So yep, the goal here is you've got 4 different mini areas and 1 giant beam, or 1 giant eye shooting beams at you, and you have to deflect them and break them all apart. But we've got a trick we can use. Use that Winkin head we just got. And sure enough, out pops the 3 wooden puppets,
Help us?
which gets rid of 3 of the spots. All you have left is the one last one. Shoot it to break it apart, and now we just have to defeat the main one up top. Deflect all 3 back at it, and it's gone. Now, very important here. You need to inspect the lock before you try anything funny with it, because it spawns 2 grubs. Kill them. There we go. Oh, thought I got him. Now, please give me, yes, a lock head. Go ahead and, go ahead. Use the lock head right here before you go through the gateway. And we get a bonus stage. That's right.
That's it.
This one can be a little tricky,
It must have taken thousands of gallons
but
of milk
if you
or
move pretty
moon
quick, you
cheese to
shouldn't
produce
have
such a
much of a
magnificent
problem.
set of bones. I
Just
myself
use the spider
detest
hands,
the
or
stuff.
skeleton hands, to get up top.
Lactose intolerant, don't you know? But by all means, if you want to grow up to be a big, strong skeleton locked in a cage, keep drinking your milk.
If
Alright.
you don't like milk,
Should
there
go
are
up one
always
more.
Fish bones. That's where I get all my calcium.
Luckily, that right hand changes its height after you get up high enough. And once more it'll do it. Oh, almost got up there. This one's really actually not hard. You just have to move quickly. And there we go. That should be it. Complete.
Here, the shimmering gateway abruptly ended. Kutaro could not stave off a sinking feeling that things were about to get grim.
There you are, you vexatious thief.
And the grubs just spawned right on top of me. Just what you want.
Whittle you down to size, you little gnat.
Yeah, you know what, Tiger? Let's block you.
Magic is pouring out of Calibris. Now, let Tiger have it.
We actually get a quick time event. Make sure you hit the right button. Square.
I'll get you for this, mark my words.
Well, We've reached the top of the prison towers, but where is the gateway?
Help! Somebody!
Oh, that's right. The princess is being held here.
You know what? This seems like a good place as any to leave it off. We're gonna put a cliffhanger here. We gotta save the princess and climb the tower further, but who knows what hazards we'll find along the way. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to click like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. I'll see you guys next time.